Today on Cityline, it's around the house. Make a totally bold statement to your space with lighting.
Is this wall art? Is it wallpaper? What is it?
It's LED wallpaper.
Randy shares his secret to the perfect pork tenderloin, and it won't cost a fortune. Take care of your orchids. Frank has tips on how to keep them alive.
You know what? This is what we need at this time of the year. We need some light and some color in our lives.
Plus, escape winter and enjoy these dreamy outdoor spaces. A delicious spinach and quinoa salad that packs a healthy punch. And declutter your home for the last time with these brilliant ideas.
If I'm honest, mine's probably more like
that's how mine was.
And then I
a little
try
bit
to
of that
shut.
and a little bit of that.
Totally.
Right now on Cityline.
Doors like a superhero. It's Monday. We love to get you awake and ready for the week ahead. Let's do it with Chef Randy Feltis, shall we? Yes, we shall.
How's it going?
How's it going, baby?
Oh, good.
Good. Now, we're going to start with an amazing recipe. And, you know, people look at this and they think this is such a classic, right?
Absolutely.
It is a Wellington. A pork tenderloin Wellington.
We're taking, like, the upper class out of it, and we're bringing it down to pork. Because bringing it right down. Because, you know, this time of year, we're all looking to save a bit of money.
Yes, and we've talked about it. We talked about it last week on the show. Like, money's tight right now. So let's try and do recipes in a way where that we can save some money, but still have it taste amazing.
And that's where we get rid of the red meat, which is crazy expensive right now, and we go to a pork tenderloin. And I left the price tag on this because I was really kind of like astonished myself. So I went shopping yesterday, and there it is, $3.23 for an entire pork tenderloin.
Excellent.
So
that's good value.
Yeah, it's great value. Now, it was on sale, and this one's a little smaller.
It's a tiny tenderloin
than most, but I also wanted to show everybody how quick and easy it is to clean. Yeah. Have you ever cleaned a tenderloin?
I actually have, believe it or not. No, don't make me do it, Chef.
I'll take care of it for you. We'll bang this in there. Basically, all we want to do is take the silver skin out, and it's really only 3 passes with the knife. Okay. So the white skin that you see, that's good fat. We can leave that in there, especially on a pork tenderloin because it's full of fat. Yeah. But the silver is what we want to remove.
Right.
That's all
but a tenderloin is a pretty lean piece of meat, though, right?
It is, and that's why with the Wellington, it kind of goes into play because we're going to put some puff around it. We're going to kind of protect it. Yes. Speaking of protecting, what we're going to do...
Look at what you brought.
This is a collard green.
But like it's a perfect leaf.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of gorgeous. And the recipe calls for 2, but this one's so big we really only need 1. Okay. And what I love about it, it holds up. Like you can do almost anything to a collard green. It's really, it's tough as a tiger. Yeah. Basically, I blanched it. I shocked it with a bit of ice. Keeps it really shattering green, even though after the baking process, it'll still come out green. Okay. Just take out the stalk, and you know you can nibble on that if you want.
Does that not taste very good?
Delicious.
It's probably so good for you, full of fiber.
You know what? If you're trying to quit the ciggies, you just walk around with that in your mouth. There you go, right?
I want it.
So what we need now is we need to inject some flavor. Do you want to pass me over the Dijon mustard?
You got it, Chef.
All right. So pork and mustard. I mean, that's a classic marriage, right? Yep. And basically, all we're going to do is paint the green.
Even that you do so elegantly.
Oh, he's trying to get all this my little coolie skills.
What do you have over there?
A little bit of mushroom duxelle. So basically, mushroom duxelle is kind of fancy for mushrooms, lots of butter, and garlic. Okay. Yeah, you know.
That's a good combo.
It kind of sounds delicious, though, doesn't it?
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does sound pretty good.
What do you want next?
Next, rosemary. Why don't you sprinkle the rosemary in there? So I got chopped fresh rosemary.
Very
That's right.
nice.
Dump it all in there. Now, one last trick with the pork. You can do this 2 ways. If you want to stuff the pork, you could go right down the middle and you can line the fat end with the skinny end to give it a nice consistent length. Yeah. Or you can take the skinny end and you just go, hi, how you doing? About 3/4 way through and tuck it through. Okay. And that gives you a perfectly uniform pork tenderloin. You ready for this?
Go for it.
Hi there, how you doing? And then...
You don't want any more of that other stuff?
You want to throw some more stuff in there?
No, I don't know. Is there, or is that for the... That's for the
a little bit later, a little bit later. Okay. And then we're just going to roll it up. And what this is going to do is it's going to protect it from the pastry. Right. That's looking pretty cool right now.
Make a collard green burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into raw pork, you just eat it like that.
Ew. That's so gross.
Let's move along. So, take a look at this. puff pastry ready to go. You can make your own, or you can be like myself and just buy it.
Yeah, just do that.
Just buy it. A little flour. I rolled it out already. I don't think it came back. I think we're okay. So here's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna roll this baby up.
You want to give it a roll?
Yeah. Okay, so do you want the ends to be tucked in?
What we're gonna do.
You want me to tuck them?
Yeah, not just yet. Roll it all the way over, and then once you get it kind of tucked, whoa, right there. Back up a little bit.
You make it neat.
There you go.
Okay.
So what the idea is, you're gonna double up on the pastry on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So when you're roasting it, the double pastry is gonna bake because it's baking from the bottom up, and then you're just single everywhere else.
Got it.
Now we could press this down, right?
Okay.
And we could trim it, or I kind of like to leave it on because I'm that sucker who's gonna come out after baking and just eat the pastry.
Yes, absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Who isn't that sucker, right?
You into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get along just fine.
You gotta try it.
And then we transfer this baby over.
Nice.
Like this.
Don't ruin my
Keep it nice
perfect
and
end,
tight.
please.
Okay, you're gonna get your hands dirty.
Okay.
You ready?
What do you want?
This is egg wash.
Yeah?
Just smother it around.
Oh, you want me to,
become
like,
one with the tenderloin.
massage it
Yeah, massage it in. Get in there.
Yeah, feels great.
What that's gonna do, Tracy? Yeah. That's gonna make everything shiny and gorgeous, right?
Yeah, I love cooking.
So now, are we having fun?
Good. Yeah.
We pop that in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. The magical thing about this dish, this comes out.
That look
Hi,
good?
how you doing? The magical thing about this dish is the pastry cooks on the outside. The duck cell and the colored greens kind of protects it.
Oh my
So when we carve into this sucker,
Randy, how long did you say you put that in for? Do you
400
remember?
degrees for 25 to 30 minutes.
That's so good.
Look at that.
Dinner is served.
Oh my stars, right?
Beautiful, and for a $3 pork tenderloin.
You know what? You get at least 4 portions out of this with veg.
That is
You're less
really
than $1
good.
each. I've got some little bit of beets here that I roasted in the oven. So some.
What sauce was that you put
So
on
that's
there?
a vegetable-based barbecue sauce from one of the restaurants I just stole.
Nice.
And
just steal some sauce.
Yeah, steal some sauce. You know, Sundays are busy for me. I got to go around and do stuff. So I just steal some of the stuff from the
Do what
restaurant.
you need to do, buddy.
But that's 135 degrees. Gives it a nice little pinkness all the way through. Keeps it moist. Take care, brush your hair.
What do you think, guys? Take care, brush your hair.
That's gorgeous.
That's so good. I love it. All right, dinner is ready. But you know what? When you're eating your dinner, you need to have the right lighting. Yanic Simard, everyone, is going to give us a little How are you?
I'm massaging my lamps like you're doing.
Massage
That's
it.
weird.
Yeah, see, you're like me. We don't really belong in a kitchen, do we? No. But we do belong with fabulous lighting. And so people, you cannot overestimate the importance of lighting.
Yes.
You actually need good lighting in order to enjoy your space, but also to make yourself look good. So you've got great options for us today.
Yes, because a room without task lighting, general lighting, accent lighting, it's not really like a finished room.
No.
And you know, you can bring a lot just by adding lighting. Let's start with this beautiful floor lamp from Mobilia. It's quite simple, but that's the beauty in it. And I like how it's symmetrical as well, because the base is exactly the same as the top. So that will shoot the lights up, which create that visual effect that your ceiling is a little visually higher too. So it kind of pushes the boundaries up. But this as a general lighting and accent lighting too, and copper is like really hot this year.
I love that look, and I love the patina.
And you
it's
can
gorgeous.
do that on either side of your bed instead of like table lamps. You flank 2, floor lamps on either side of your sofa, your bed. So if you use it and you multiply them, the impact is amazing.
All right, speaking of impact, I think there's a really big one on the wall right now.
I know.
So what is this exactly? Is this wall art? Is it wallpaper? What is it?
Well, I would combine both, wall art and wallpaper. It's LED wallpaper.
It's LED wallpaper.
So it's your typical wallpaper that you apply, like the way you apply wallpaper on the wall.
Yeah.
But it's got LED in it, so you just have to plug it.
That is wow.
And it's got Swarovski crystals too, just to help to make it a little bit more shiny. But this is from UK. And I was flying back to Toronto, and I saw that in a magazine, and I'm like, I gotta bring this to our Cityline viewers, because this on its own, it is a feature wall, it is accent lighting, it is like the ultimate. Just picture that in your living room, or maybe like you have this like big foyer when you come in and you do that at the end of the foyer. So there's a lot that, a lot of places that you could do that, even in your bedroom, and you have like your bed in front of it. I don't know. I'm just like, my mind is going crazy right now.
No, because there's so many possibilities. You know, and it's funny when you look at that. I saw it from one of the monitors, and it looks 3D. You know, we're standing here and it looks 1D, but if you're standing from afar, it looks like it's got depth, which is kind of cool. So I think that would be such a standout piece.
And we have all the sources on our website too, so you guys can go on citylight.ca with the show today and find out where we got all this beautiful lighting from. But
okay, what's next on our lighting tour?
Okay, this one, test lighting.
Yep.
So now as you can see, it's got that beautiful green shade.
It's different looking. That's very unique.
And it's a way to add a pop of color this year. So yes, you use your lamp, and then you wait at the end of your project, and then you figure out, you know, I need a pop of color here and there, and then do it with a lamp. Sometimes we do it with a pillow, with a vase, but why not doing it with a lamp? So this is a beautiful combination of green and brass. It works perfectly, and yes, you can use it on a desk, but I think as a side table, it could look as great too.
Absolutely, and that's when you're looking for, I mean, the light is obviously going to be going down with this one, not up or to the side, so you have to use it in a place where that makes sense, right?
It creates a mood.
Yes, it's mood lighting. What?
Now, creating another mood.
Yeah.
This is a simple wall sconce from IKEA.
Oh, that's a sconce.
Very affordable.
Yeah.
And it shoots lights up and down.
Right.
So it's very discreet. I like sometime when you have white walls and you just have white plain sconces. So
I get it.
You really let the light speaks for itself instead of having a big wall sconce that, you know, get your attention right away.
Yeah.
And what I like about this is I was thinking to use this going up or down the stairs, or down up or down to your basement. And you just install them in the row, maybe every 3 or 4 steps.
That'd be beautiful.
And I think you could create like a really nice staircase.
That'd be gorgeous. Yeah, no, that would make a lot of sense because it looks very contemporary. It's simple. Okay, so this guy,
isn't it beautiful? That's a Murano glass chandelier from Carousel. It is a vintage piece, and it's very in this year to go vintage.
Right.
Most of us have like very contemporary decor, but it's nice to bring that special piece that you've really made the effort to look for. So this is a 2-tone Murano glass chandelier. Murano glass has been around for like over 8 centuries.
Right.
So just picture that. It is a splurge.
It is,
You have to spend a bit more money, you know,
so it's not the same as the sconce from IKEA?
Not really.
No.
Yes, but it has a different purpose. They all agree.
Yeah.
But it has a different purpose. It is a wow piece. So you want to use that in your foyer, maybe above your dining room table. Just like, it's just awesome. And when it's lit, it's even better. It creates all these like motif on the ceiling and on the wall. This is one of my favorite. I love Murano glass chandeliers.
It's beautiful. That's very nice, and it's very like it's got a lot of depth to it. I love how it looks.
Does.
Voluminous.
I like the depth thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you bring depth to a room with lighting.
So where would you use? What kind of light is that?
No, it is not a blower, Tracy.
Like what's going on with that?
It is a fan slash light combination for your bathroom. So this is buried in your ceiling. So that's a fan. With an integrated lamp.
Okay, so that's for the bathroom. That's smart that they put 2 in 1.
So you will have to relocate it.
Your fan's basically covered, right?
Exactly, because fans tend to be a little less attractive than you would like to.
Right.
But keep in mind that if you do want to use that combo, you have to move a bit of, there's a bit of work with the venting that needs to be done.
Absolutely.
Okay, now quickly, a few gadgets.
Okay.
You've got the Home Bright bulb. I have this at my house.
Yeah.
So you replace all your bulbs with this bulb here, and it works with an app on your iPhone or your,
it's one of those.
you know, smartphone.
Yeah.
And you can control, put timer like on and off with it.
Good.
So you can be like sitting. When I go to bed at night, I click off, and all the lights go up. It's really
it's no
cool.
more of this.
No more of this.
No.
We moved on to be.
Now.
We're super high tech, but if you're not that high tech, you still use the remote control, and this is cool.
That's still high tech.
Well, yeah, kind of.
A little remote control?
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, it's high tech to me.
But you can plug your electronics, so when you like drive home, before you're even in the house, you can just, you know, you can put this with your keys and then turn on your lights inside, just like maybe the foyer lights, so you feel safe. It's good. I knew you would like that.
Well, you can see like when you're taking off your boots and stuff. I come inside and it's so dark, right?
And then you've got smart plugs. It works with the iPhone.
Got it.
And lastly,
that's a cool light bulb.
That's a bulb. That's an LED bulb.
How come it looks like that?
Look at this.
That's cool.
So slim.
Yeah, it's very slim.
Why? I don't know.
Why?
I ask everybody.
I wanted to know too.
I ask why. There's no reason to
There's
it.
no
it
reason.
Just
It's
looks
cool. Okay, so just don't worry about it.
You've got a lot to choose from.
Good option. Cityline.ca for all of the different places these come from. Let's go to break. More coming up.
Coming up next, it's the wonderful world of orchids and everything you need to know.
CityLine's Weight Loss Challenge is back, and we want you to get healthy with us.
And still enjoy life and enjoy food.
Just head to cityline.ca for everything you need to lose weight and feel great.
You're down 11 pounds.
Be sure to watch CityLine February 3rd.
I don't even know what it's going to feel like.
For the latest on these life-changing transformations.
Frank Ferragine. And his friends, the Orchids. So you brought so many beautiful varieties of orchids here. And you know what? This is what we need at this time of the year. We need some light and some color in our lives.
Yeah, I went down to Sheridan and I went in and I saw all this color and I said to myself, you know what? We really do need some color indoors. It makes us feel better. And orchids are something that I've seen everywhere, even on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Really?
I got to make a confession. I do watch.
You watch it, huh?
I do watch.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff, but you can see them in terms of design. They're really quite elegant. They're very simple. They've been around for thousands of years, and a lot of times people are frustrated by them. They say, you know what, I can make them and bring them into my house, but then I kill them.
I kill them. As you know, I kill all of them.
Okay.
But I want to talk to you a little bit about bringing them back, because you can bring them back with love and care, right?
So first, out of all the varieties that are here, let's tell you the easiest one to grow. And the easiest one, I'm going to put him right there.
Yes,
and this is what's known as a moth orchid. And these are the ones that are commonly for sale that you see almost everywhere, range in price from about $20 to $50. You can see, look at the colors in that bloom. Unbelievable.
It's gorgeous.
This flower by itself will last maybe 2 to 3 months in bloom.
Really?
Yeah, for a long bloom period. In terms of watering, everybody says, how much do you water? And sometimes it's the classic ice cube.
Yeah.
2 ice cubes in this pot per week should be sufficient amount of water. Some orchid growers would say to you, don't make them cold. Don't use ice cubes, just use that water. They say, do you want to be in a cold bath? No.
Not really.
But it's really just the volume of water that we're talking about.
Got it.
Okay, to make them last inside your home, you need a bright room, not directly in front of the window.
Oh.
You got to remind yourself.
There's where I go wrong.
Yeah, bright room, not directly in front of the window. Next off, they grow in trees in rainforests.
Yes.
So you think about, if you're growing in a tree in a rainforest, you need airflow.
Right.
So a lot of the times, just putting a fan in the room will make your orchid that much more happy.
Ah,
a rainforest. What does a rainforest feel like?
It's humid.
Exactly.
So it needs humidity.
You got it.
And not near the window.
You got it.
Okay.
We're making headway here.
We're making progress right now.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
That's what's happening.
So what you have to do is make sure that you add a humidifier to the room if you can. In the winter months, we're really dry. I just want to show you that the type of soil that an orchid will grow in, and this just shows you how they grow in trees. That's orchid soil that's right there.
Right.
So they need good air circulation.
Show us that one more time, Frankie, just so we can get a close-up of that.
There it goes right there. So you can just see that that's really just bark chips and bark matter that's there. Nice. So now, if you want to get them to rebloom,
what do I do? Because this always starts so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, I like to bring, I don't really want to bring you a bouquet of flowers, but I would definitely bring you an orchid in a vase. I think it's a nice gift.
So if we're going to bring this one, you know what, we'll just put this one away so we can showcase another too, just so that we can show you.
Which one do you want?
You can grab that nice container that's right there. First off, if you're going to be buying this at this time of the year, make sure that you cover it before you bring it to your friends. It's too cold in the winter months.
Yeah.
So let's say that this starts to bloom and then all of a sudden the succulents are still doing well, the flowers fall off. In order for us to get these orchids to bloom in the back end here, what we need to do is stress them out.
Okay.
Right? So
give them a math test.
Yeah.
Quick divide.
Yeah.
Long division.
Long division. Right now. What's your fraction like? But what you have to do is you have to cut back on the watering, you have to stress them out, minimize the amount of light, and you'll start to see the foliage go yellow. Once that foliage goes yellow, it's stressing. And then after about a few months even, you start to water and then fertilize, and then that'll set new spikes, and then they'll bloom off. So when these finish off, you want to cut those spikes right down. But you
stress them out, and the foliage turns a little bit yellow. And then what do you do?
And then you let them rest, stress them out for a period of almost a month.
Okay.
Up to 30 days.
That's just mean and cool.
No water.
Yeah.
Abuse them.
Abuse them.
Abuse them. Okay?
And then give them love.
And then all of a sudden you start to give them love. They think, oh my God, I may die. I'm getting a little bit of love.
I better live.
In order to reproduce, they send their flower spikes back up.
Okay.
A lot of the times what people do is overwater, and by overwatering, you're just going to have lush green foliage. If your foliage is too green, you're never going to get another bloom.
That's interesting.
I'm just going to pop this one up here. I want to showcase.
So like counterintuitive.
And with orchids as well, you know, you can do a lot of different design. Take a look at this. This is just so pretty that Sheridan did.
That is
you know,
so nice.
As a table centerpiece, this is going to have nice humidity in there. You can pop a little bit of lights in there as well.
That's pretty.
Just to add a little bit of beauty.
That's beautiful.
So there you have it. And finally, orchids. If you look up the definition of orchids in Latin, it means testicle.
Oh, wow. That is not where I thought that was going. Yeah. So
that's everything you need to know about orchids.
That actually told me nothing about orchids. Wait, are orchids supposed to be like a sexy plant? Is there anything like that with orchids?
Yeah, they're supposed to be a sexy plant, and indeed they are a beautiful looking plant.
Yeah.
But you know, they're a very simple plant. Really, just like men are. We're very
just
simple.
Like testicles?
And every once in a while, if you abuse us, you're going to get better things to come.
Well, there's the lesson there, kids. So let's take a break on that. More coming up.
Coming up next, I'm going to show you how you can declutter your home, and trust me, it's the last time you're going to need to do it.
Oh, you're going to be even more excited when you hear who's next. It's Sarah Gunn, everyone. To a big move, and I think we can all learn from this because you had to downsize and declutter, and there are so many of us that are looking at January and thinking, this is the year I am going to get rid of all the extra stuff. And it feels overwhelming. So we're going to talk today about decluttering and the way to do it. And you're inspired by a book that a lot of people have been inspired from lately called Spark Joy.
Absolutely. It's Spark Joy by Marie Kondo. It is taking over the world.
Yeah.
And it's just such a revolutionary way to think of decluttering and organizing. I was lucky because like you said, I had a fresh start. I moved into a new home. So for me, it was easier. I made a conscious decision of only bringing things that I love into my new home. You know, I'm a little bit of a hoarder, kind of a little bit. I've shared things on the show that I've had for 30+ years, but I've honed it down a lot. And there's something so empowering about only being surrounded by the things that you love.
Right, and that's sort of the goal. That's what we're striving for.
Exactly.
You know, I've got a closet full of clothing, everything from size 4 to 14, and it's stuff I'm never going to be wearing again.
We're going to talk about that.
Why can't I let go?
Well, this is it. And I mean, what I love about this book, and we were talking about this earlier, neither of us love reading nonfiction, particularly while I edited you, sorry. But I devoured this book because it's not so much about what you get rid of, it's about what makes you want to keep the things you have. And I think that that's so fascinating because it has to be items that bring you joy. Right. So if you think of clothing, if something, you know, you wore it at an event and it made you feel so fabulous and so gorgeous, even if you're never going to wear it to another event again, it still brings you joy. You should keep it.
Okay, good.
She even suggests you could wear it around the house doing chores or something like that. Why not?
I think my husband would really appreciate that.
I'm sure he would.
Right? Some of the gowns?
Yeah, for
Just doing a little light dusting.
Exactly. So there is a whole process to this tidying up, and it is a commitment. And so that's the first step, is you have to commit to doing it all at once.
So why all at once? Is it because you have to look at this holistically?
Well, it's okay. So normally people tidy room by room.
Yeah.
If you tidy one room, you've got a pile of papers. You're like, oh, let's say you're doing your living room. You're like, I'm just going to set those in the office and I'll deal with those later. Or if you got some knickknacks in your living room and maybe they're not seasonal, I'll just shove those in the basement and I'll deal with those later. So you're just moving things around your house. In this concept, clothing's first. You get every single item of clothing from your entire house and you bring it into one room and you go through it all.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then you move on to books, and then you move on to paperwork, then you move on to, she calls it kimono, which are like miscellaneous items in your home, and then you end with sentimental items. Okay. And the reason you end with those, there's a couple of reasons. One, if you're going through and you're coming across sentimental items as you're going, you're like, oh, remember this, I'm gonna look through my yearbook, I'm gonna, whatever. You know, just distract myself and not get the job done. Yes. But if you know you're gonna get to those later, you don't dwell on them in the moment, and you've gotten so used to editing that you're able to do it.
Okay, so you're stronger at that point.
Absolutely.
These are good rules. I want to look at what we might be dealing with then when it comes to taking our mess And paring the whole thing down.
Exactly. So now that you've gotten rid of a ton of stuff, you have to organize the things that you keep. Just keep your home bringing you joy.
Yes.
So this is a typical dresser drawer, probably here, that most of you have, where things are stacked on top of each other. If I'm honest, mine's probably more like
that's how mine looks.
And then I try to shove it shut.
And a little bit of that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there you go.
That's real life. But once you've edited, she's really passionate about organizing your drawers. I don't know if we can close this.
Let's do that.
Into compartments. Like this. And you can use store-bought.
I heard angels sing.
I know.
Okay, take a look at this.
But doesn't it make you happy?
Yeah, it does make.
That's
it
the
makes
whole
me
point.
very happy. But it also leads me to believe that now I only have one sweater.
No.
Like, can you still fit?
Well, okay. I put a bunch of different items in the drawer to show you how they rest, but really you would probably have one drawer of sweaters, one drawer of accessories, and that sort of thing.
Good
so
stuff.
you can buy store-bought drawer organizers, or you can DIY your own. And again, something that brings you joy. So this is a box. I don't even know where I had this. It's one of my hoarding things.
Yeah.
And I just wrapped it with photos of Nova Scotia, and then I did the same thing with the inside of this box that somebody gave me a gift in. And then I'm just going to pop my jewelry in there. And it's in my drawer. You can wrap them with wrapping paper like I did with this box.
So the whole point of this, though, is to have everything sort of standing up in a certain way. I mean, come on, don't you want your bras to look like that? I want to get rid of all my bras now and buy these and put them in this box.
She actually says your bras should really take a place of importance in your storage because they do a really difficult job.
They do. You don't even want to know where mine are. Like they're not in a good spot. There's so much more to say about this topic, so we'll revisit it again and again, and I think just sort of chop it down into little pieces because I think a lot of people can learn from this. And we want to spark joy in you. So thanks to Chapters Indigo, everyone will take home Marie Kondo's book, Spark Joy, The Art of Organizing and Tidying Up. Prepare to be transformed. Let's go to break. More coming up.
Coming up next, I'm marrying some fresh product with organic quinoa.
Right now with this recipe. So this is obviously, your wife would love this. We all know Sarah's a healthy food eater.
It's very Sarah driven.
It's very Sarah driven, but look at how good it looks. So it's spinach and roasted butternut squash salad with quinoa and chia. Woo! So you have a lot of it packs a lot of punch.
Yes.
You're gonna feel actually kind of full.
There's a meatless Monday thing going on.
Yes.
So everyone shouldn't eat meat on Mondays. It's just like you kind of get into your diet thing, and this would be a great alternative. And I mean, you get your protein from the quinoa, and then you make this beautiful salad. It's not hard to make at all.
Okay, how do we start this salad?
Okay, let's start with roasting off the quinoa. And everyone kind of understands what quinoa is.
Yeah, the quinoa had a major moment. I mean, that and kale, they're fighting for...
They're right there, neck and neck.
There.
And everyone kind of gets a little, like, it's not much different than any other grain. You're gonna start with a little garlic and a little bit of onion, and then you're gonna hit the grain, and then you're gonna toast it a little bit, right?
Okay. I don't usually toast my quinoa. Does it give it a different flavor?
Yeah, just a little bit, right? And kind of makes it cook a little quicker.
Okay.
But the idea behind it is, you know, you're gonna get there a little bit faster, and there's always measurements on the box.
Yes.
I always throw I don't tend to look at those.
I know, you just sort of go by, you know, by ear.
Here's the secret. You ready?
What's that?
All you do, this is a little bit of vegetable stock.
Okay.
You just add the vegetable stock until it basically covers whatever amount you're using. So you don't have to use what's on the box. It's whatever it is. Let that simmer until it dries up. Take it off, remove it, we're good to go.
Yeah, quinoa is very easy.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very nice.
Okay, the next cooking elements, you're going to start with your quinoa.
Yeah.
Then you're going to go with your butternut squash. You're just going to dice it up really quick.
You have to dice it up into perfect little bite-sized pieces.
I was going to make you do this, but then I figured you worked so hard in the first segment. We were
Thank goodness I get a break finally. What's good about this, though, and I know the chefs are always saying you want them to be, you know, fairly close to the same size so that they cook evenly.
They cook evenly, and they also, you know, you want to spread them out a little bit. The parchment helps too because then I find you can stride it off the parchment and you don't have to do the dishes.
There's no cleaning.
Right.
Yes.
So you push that away, right? And then we move on to our fresh. So basically what we're doing today is we're marrying fresh ingredients with a brand new line of organics.
Oh, nice.
All right, so this time I went grocery shopping at Walmart.
Yes.
So my wife likes department stores.
Yeah.
I like grocery stores.
You get it all in one.
Right? Yeah, exactly, right?
You get it all together.
I went to Walmart, and they got 50, they have a new line of organics, and they have 50 different organics out there, and they're value driven. So basically, they're the same price as what you'd normally find, but they're certified organic.
Okay, good stuff. And I know a lot of people are interested in that for their diet these days. They want to know that what they're getting is organic.
Especially if you're going to fortify it and you're not going to use the meat and you're going to go vegetarian, then you're really feeling that you're getting the most out of it.
For sure. All right.
So we're going to dress up a salad.
Are we making a little vinaigrette?
We're making a quick vinaigrette.
I'll work here because I know this is easy.
I thought you would like this one. We're going to do a little emulsion, but not a lot. I'm going to show you how simple this can be. Just give that a little bit of a whisk.
Okay.
Right?
Well, you didn't tell me I had to emulsify things.
Well, it doesn't have to be that hard.
How do I get out of this?
That hard. Just keep whisking.
Okay.
The faster, the better. And look, I'm going to protect the sprays from you. Basically, all we're going to do is 1 lime juice.
All right.
Right? We got a teaspoon of Dijon lime. This
Come on, emulsify.
I think you're getting there.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
I want to see some bubbles.
The secret is you really want, you know, a partner in the kitchen because they're just going to drop this in nice and light.
Oh, yeah.
You see where I'm going with that?
It's a 2-person job.
How'd we make a note?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
How's your arm feeling?
You know, it's getting there.
Yeah.
A little tired.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's my pre-gym workout.
In my house as well, I always have to go dressing on the side.
Yeah.
Because I like
you
to
do that,
I do
you don't
that.
put it right on.
No, I sometimes sneak it on and I just deal with the yelling at, and that's fine. You know, it's like I'm the chef. I get to do what I want to do. Little salt, little pepper.
Okay.
And we're ready to go. All right.
Good.
So then we take our raw ingredients.
Yeah.
On our spinach, a little bit of peppers.
Oh, this is good. I mean, look at the colors in this. You've got the spinach, you're getting your good leafy greens and all the nutrients that come from that. I love the onions. A lot of people stay away because, I don't know, apparently these aren't very romantic.
It's very romantic if you do it together.
Yeah, there you go.
See, that's no big deal, right?
Who cares? Give me a kiss. Right? Mushrooms are always good. You know, they give you that sort of meaty flavor. And then you've got your butternut squash that we roasted off. Did it take a long time to do that?
No, about 15 minutes if you're really quick.
Oh, that's
Crank your oven up and then give it a shake too, and you get a little bit of caramelization.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing is you're actually, this kind of, like the quinoa and the butternut squash almost replaces the meat.
Exactly.
You know, and if you're not really into the meatless Monday and your wife is, well, what you can simply do is just like hide a pork chop or some ribs in the fridge.
You're going to say hide a pork chop under the salad.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time,
There's actually a steak in there.
And then this is, listen, the chia seeds, everyone is so in love with these things.
Apparently they're really good for you, and it's also a good, it fills you up.
Because they actually get larger in your stomach.
Right,
Yes.
Right, but your stomach doesn't get larger. Your stomach doesn't
And in your teeth.
And in your teeth.
Yes.
It's really, really sexy with the onion and everything.
That's nice, isn't it?
So
See,
good.
we got a date going.
Today's audience will all take home a selection of products from Walmart's Great Value Organics line. And we'll draw for a $500 Walmart gift card. Good stuff. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Coming up, we're going to dream and show you some award-winning landscapes.
Now, when the snow goes away and there's actual grass that you can see, it's going to be time to start thinking about our dream gardens, our dream landscapes.
You got it.
So you have brought us some great aspirational properties that we can look at, drool at a little bit, and maybe actually take some trends from and tips from for the upcoming season. Now's the time to start planning.
Yeah. I'm so proud to show these. I host the annual Landscape Ontario Awards of Excellence each and every year.
Yeah.
You know, some of the landscapers that are out there, they're true tradesmen, and really, if you're looking for a project and you're looking to get a landscape, what you're trying to do is, number one, find a really good contractor, find a good designer or architect, make sure they have great references, and also make sure they're a part of the Trades Association. That's really going to help you in terms of insurance.
They need to be certified,
yeah, and they need to be insured, and you want to make sure the project's going to be there and it's going to build to last, because I'm going to show you a project. The first one's about $10,000, and we're going to work our way up, and I'm going to show you a project near the end about $1 million.
Okay.
Okay? So first off,
let's start at 10 grand. This is a city garden.
Yeah.
All right. right, so this is the before shot.
That's before shot. Pretty nice looking property.
Still fine.
You can see the yews that are in the back, the evergreens that are there that are in black and white right now. A little bit big, so let's tear them out. Let's do some plantings. Let's kind of change the walkway a bit. And all of a sudden we can see beautiful, nice, what we look at here is you have a Japanese maple.
Yeah.
To the left of the screen at the back there, that's a dogwood that's going to flower white. You have some beautiful hydrangeas. That's a knee wall that's been built. Very nice, simplistic, but you freshen up the plantings. It's amazing what can be done.
Now, we know so many people are focusing on their backyards. They want to make sure that they have good space to entertain or even for their own family. So take a look at a deck garden we have right now. This is on a deck. Absolutely beautiful. It's not the before. This is the after.
This is the after, and indeed. So here you got a lounge area. And now what it is in terms of design, whether it's a deck and or landscape, it's about creating those outdoor rooms. So you got a lounge area. Let's go and look at a formal area where we can eat. Beautiful. Nice. And let's also look at where I could cook, because I need to cook.
Oh, I love that. So you're cooking outside. You don't have to do all that going back and forth between the kitchen and the deck. Everything is out there for you.
Yeah, how are you going to use the space? That's the first thing. When you meet with a designer, they should ask you, how do you want to use this space, and what are some of the key features you want?
Yeah.
Then we'll design it, we'll make it work for you.
That's right, it's got to be functional. Okay, let's look at a modern garden now. So we've got a few shots. This is the before, obviously.
Yeah, pretty basic backyard, kind of boring. Yeah, but let's make it look good. Okay.
Unbelievable.
So, in terms of outdoor entertaining now, one of the biggest things in gardening is the use of fire. You can see those pillars that are there, just PVC. Very smart way to kind of make some markers in some room and also to create a little bit of privacy. Look to the back of that wall that's there, that marker, those pillars. You can see there's a common walkway that goes to the side of the property. So how do you privatize that? This is a great way to privatize.
Very smart. I love that. That is gorgeous. Now we've got the dream garden. Okay, take a look at this. This is where Frankie lives. Just check.
Yeah. So this is a project over $1 million. So $1 million spent on the landscape. You can see by the size of the house that indeed they love their outdoor living.
The size of the castle.
The size of the castle. Outdoor fire bowl that there has natural gas plumbed right to it. So you don't need to go get wood. You just turn on a button and boom.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, if you have something like that, though, you have to make sure that that's the only place your fire is going to be. It's going to stay there.
And look at that pool as well. You can see the ledges in the pool. Those are sun ledges, so you can just sit there, have your drink. Right there with the spa together. Oh, every modern convenience is taken. Look at the entranceway, though, too.
Beautiful.
You can see the stone, nice square cut. That's put real buff together on concrete. There's about 5 different pillars in the base of that for foundation. So people look at this and they think, oh, it looks so pretty on top. When it comes to a really good contractor, they're going to worry about the base to make sure that that's a Muskoka, so the frost and thaws are not going to heave that, crack it, and that it's there and it's built to last for 100 years or more.
That's when you need a landscape architect. You can't really skip that part of the process.
For that project, you need a landscape architect because you're on water, and a lot of times you're dealing with conservation authorities.
Right.
So if you're dealing with a conservation authority, you do need an architect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we have an estate garden.
Yeah, let's just take a look what happens when you win $1 million or more. Look at this, very nice formal straight lines into the entranceway, very nicely planted. You can see the contrasted colors. I love this too, when you can take the grass and break it up with a little bit of hardscaping. That stone that's there is a manufactured stone that's been chipped, so it's really not that expensive. If you're using natural stone, material cost is going to cost you a lot. There's always an option. Look at that pool.
So good. I want to be there right now.
Simple lines, a waterfall, so you hear the flowing of water. Good, unless you drank too much and you have a bad bladder. And then this one here is a side yard, and in the side yard they put a little stepping pool there as well. So, you know, really, if you have a dream, it can be built.
It can be built. You can start thinking about it now while the snow is falling. You can start doing your research to line up who your trades are going to be and who that architect is going to be. And even if you don't have $1 million,
100%,
you can make your little space a place of joy. Just like Sarah Gunn was saying, everything in your house should bring you joy. Well, you know, your yard space and your landscaping, it should bring you joy.
Yeah, you should dream big and then scale back and take elements of those gardens I just showed you. You can pare them down. A fire bowl really doesn't cost that much.
That's right.
Those are elements that you can do right in your backyard this year.
Absolutely. Good inspiration. Break time. More coming up.
Tomorrow on an all-new City Line.
You gotta get smart.
Recipes that tackle rising food costs.
Incredibly good.
How to use one chicken to feed the family 3 times.
You gotta plan ahead.
Plus tips to make grocery items last longer.
Put your onions in the pantyhose.
Don't miss tomorrow's City Line.
Simard when you're looking for that piece like a sofa because you're probably going to have it for a few years.
Yes.
So we brought some different items in, Yanic did. Yeah. And we're going to talk a little bit about maintenance and also style because they're all really different.
I know, yeah. You know, it's never easy shopping for sofa. That's always a stumbling block with our clients.
Yeah.
The sofa.
It's important. It's an important piece.
So we went to IKEA. This is one of the most popular.
Yep.
sofa, and I have a big revelation for you to make. It is white, and yes, it will get dirty. So there's no going around it.
Yeah.
But you know what? This one is slip covered. That's why it's one of the best seller at IKEA. So for $129, you just buy like an extra slip cover.
That's nothing.
It is a very comfortable sofa. Or if not, what I do have a sofa in Miami. Everything's white. So what I do is I make my guest and a dog sit on a blanket like this, so at least it will preserve a little bit. But Mia just like push it out. She doesn't like it.
Well, you know what? If I was your guest, I might do the same thing.
Okay. Okay, forget the blanket. Just wash your slip cover then.
There you go. That's what we do. We have an IKEA sofa in the basement, more of a cream color, and we just wash the slip cover.
Exactly.
But it's going to get dirty.
Less than $600, you cannot go wrong with this.
It's great.
From Mobilia, we have the trendy. Isn't it a nice sofa?
Oh, I love it. I love the fact that it's like matches my pants. Come on, it's like I planned this, right?
Yes, and I love the piping and the combination of the fabric and the leather seats too. And what I like with leather, yes, you can take care of it, or you don't take care of it.
It's easy.
Which I don't take care of it because I think it looks better when it ages and it kind of like scratches, it looks worn off, and you just wipe it. This is really good because you get the look and the practicalities. I love this
It almost
sofa.
looks better when it's worn in, right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay, so I love her. She's classy.
Oh, she's very classy.
This just has my name all over it. I wish I could be this classy. This is a beautiful sofa.
It's from Carousel. That's a custom made. You know, in the US dollar going up and our Canadian dollar going down, importing goods, we import a lot of furniture from the States. Let's just buy local. Now custom might not be as bad as we think.
That's
This one is a beautiful like velvet sofa. And brush your sofa once in a while. Like you brush your, I was gonna say you brush your kids. You brush your dogs. Well, you gotta brush your kids too.
Brush them too.
You brush your dog, brush your sofa. It will love it, especially
get
with
it
the
all,
velvet.
the pile going all in the same direction.
And it's an investment piece. So this is a stunning sofa. You've got
this is beautiful. And it fits like 16 supermodels.
Okay.
Or,
16.
Or 4 regular people.
Okay, this one, Milo Boffman, 1960. It's a vintage sofa. It's vinyl. It's got the walnut legs. And what I liked about vintage pieces is a kind of way to help with the environment because you recycle.
That's true.
It is sometimes a little bit more money, but at least you buy something that was really, really current and hot at some point.
Right.
And you bring it back. It really upped the style of your home and it looks curated. So that's another option. Shop around in the vintage.
It's lovely. I say we
stores.
play the game, how many experts fit on a sofa?
Well, why don't
Come on
we
in
try?
here. Let's see. So we've got Yanic, we've got Sarah. Yes, it's you and all this men for you. Go ahead.
3, 4.
And a host. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Cozy.